Hi everyone, it is Sunday 6 p.m. of the 30th of August 2020. I'm having a look at precious metals and some of the other commodities as well. I'm going to start off with gold. So gold has largely on the daily not really done very much. It produced a very nice bullish candle on Wednesday, and which was a good signal that it's going to take another run at 2000. Actually I think it's going to attempt to go further, closer towards 2050. So that's where I really think it's going to push towards, and finished a higher for the week, but it's also at the same time has produced a weekly bullish candle off that 1900 level. So all of that in isolation, looking at that, looks nice and bullish, and therefore this week for intraday traders, I think I might find some really good opportunities. I will be cautious up until 2000. Once we break through that, I'll be good till 2050. But yeah, I still feel, and this is a overall comment, I still feel that gold is overvalued on the monthly time frame at 2000 in that area, and is overdue for a correction down towards 1800, give or take. I do feel that's the case. If we do finish with an indecision candle such as this and ultimately break the low next month in September heading down, that will be the clue for me that it's going to happen. I do feel that's the case in the shorter term. I can see that gold is very keen to connect, or at least try to get past this 2000 level again. So one way in which it could unfold this week is that it attempts to go up and fails again. But that weekly candle, so in other words, there's basically bullish, if I consider the daily as the shorter term, the weekly as the medium term, and the monthly as the longer term, the shorter term and the medium term are bullish, indicating a push for 2000, if not 2050 this week, whilst the longer term is overdue for a correction down towards 1800. Looking at silver, it's likely that if gold pushes on, so will silver. Silver on the daily is looking more bullish than bearish, not much, 60-40. The weekly is largely kind of, I said it before, sort of, I said inside candles, it's not, but it's now producing inside candles. It's leaning as basically indecision bullish, and again, it's for the same reasons. On the monthly, it is largely overdue and due for a correction. So of the two, I'll keep an eye on both, but of the two, I favor gold for trading opportunities during the week. High grade copper, I'm really only showing you this because it had a beautiful pullback on the weekly and continued on up towards the 30,000 level and has pushed through that, and that looks good. And so if it can manage to hold above this, I would expect it to continue up to 33,000. The weekly looks good. The daily looks really good. However, again, the monthly would be okay with a little bit of a correction down towards 28,000, but it's not the same as gold and silver in my mind. Moving on to crude oils. Crude oils have been sort of teasing a breakout of these levels. They sort of pushed out and came back, and they're just drifting. This is really just, for want of a better expression, it's kind of a better word, it's pathetic. Because it's not really going anywhere. It's just producing these very small climbing candles, and smaller candles always or almost always precede a breakout. So at some point, whether it's to the upside or to the downside, I do expect a breakout. If I look at the monthly in isolation, it just doesn't look, there's nothing really significant. It's basically just slipping to the upside. There's nothing beautiful about this in terms of money making opportunities. I don't like it for that reason. It still looks more bullish. In this case, for example, looking at West Texas Intermediate, price has broken out of that resistance level, pulled back, produced a small bullish candle on, at least in the support area, and therefore this week could realistically on Monday or Tuesday break higher and attempt to carry on up to $44. So that's it. Again, I stand by the longer term. Within this area between the $40 and $50 mark is a good area for it to ultimately resume its downtrend, but it's just not doing anything really other than treading water would be the best way to describe it. Brent crude. Brent crude has done the same thing. It's broken through resistance, pulled back, produced a nice little bullish candle. If it can break the high Monday or Tuesday and then continue on upwards, there might be shorter term long opportunities, but this is definitely not for me until it picks up pace to the upside or to the downside. This is not where the money lies. And so I'll also obviously keep an eye, as I've said in previous analysis, of the lows. But my analysis of oil hasn't really changed for, if I go back until July, holy cow, so most of the last kind of 6 to 7 weeks, it's been pretty much the same thing. It's showing bullish signs, but it's not really following through on that. It still has the potential to break and go lower, and it hasn't really done much. It really hasn't. It's moved a total of kind of like $3 during that period. So that's why I use the word pathetic. Okay, then having a look at the digital commodities and cryptos, Bitcoin. So they look really nice and bullish. They're struggling a little bit on the weekly with some resistance, but still more bullish than bearish, and not actually in a bad place on the monthly. It's really just that they've encountered strong resistance here in the past, and therefore the question is, are there enough buyers to continue to take them onwards? And I think certainly this, so this is effectively a sideways market, or potentially bullish if it can get back over that 12,000 level. I would expect it to continue to go higher. Ether is still, for me, the preferred market for trading. This is not about, ladies and gents, this is market discourse, not financial advice. This is not about investing. This is about trading opportunities in the coming days and weeks. Sorry, the coming days in the week and in the week ahead. So just for the next 5 days. And so really this looks much more bullish. This looks as though that's going to really attempt to continue up to that 450 mark and onwards, because for this one, at least on the weekly, I've got 470 and 500 as key levels. And it looks good in every other respect. So unless there's some unexpected like big drop that comes out of nowhere, or maybe, you know, we get some, or any kind of market reaction, I expect the cryptos to attempt to climb, and Ethereum just seems to be the leading one at this point in time. And that's it really. You know, a few of the other commodities do look interesting to me, but again, I'll do those on the intraday market scans for my guys and girls, and then I'll do that. But yes, for everyone else who's watching, just obviously stay safe, keep quarantine in mind, and hopefully we can get through the second and third waves and this all gets resolved. But this year is flying by. So otherwise, take care. Thank you very much.